In today's video, we're going to talk about what they don't tell you about business credit. Watch this video all the way through. There's going to be a lot of things that I speak on in this video, and hopefully it's really informative. If you have anything that they didn't tell you about business credit that you wish you would have known, put it in the comment section below, because we can learn from you as well, and you can be the answer to somebody's question. All right, guys, so number one, business credit. The first thing is business credit is going to need an EIN number and in good standing with the Secretary of State based on your state, okay? Those are going to be the two big things. The EIN number is going to be like a social security for your business, okay? It's your tax ID number. And your social security, whenever you run business credit, they always check the Secretary of State, make sure it's in good standing with the state. That's just what they do. So make sure that your EIN number you have that available, and that you also have good standing with the Secretary of State. Every state is different. I'm in the state of Nevada. It's one of the best states to own a business in, but there's many others. I'll do a video on that coming up soon. But you need to make sure a couple things here with the business credit, okay? Whenever you apply for business credit, like I said, you're going to make sure, number one, you have an EIN number ready to roll, and number two, that it's in good standing with the Secretary of State. But here's some other factors that you want to consider when you're applying for business credit. The first thing is you want to have a valid business address. Sometimes when you're applying for credit, they may be typing in your address, seeing where your location is. Okay, so you want to have a valid business address. If you don't have one and you work out of your home, you can put your home on there. There's a lot of people doing that right now, but I would suggest a virtual office in this scenario. So like Regis would be a one. DaVinci. I did DaVinci. I couldn't stand DaVinci. I had a bad experience with DaVinci. Not a fan of DaVinci, but I am a fan of Regis. Regis is a very safe option to do, okay? So you want to have a valid business address. If you do a virtual office with Regis, you'll get an actual address with a suite number where all of your mail will be sent to if you want, and then they can Google that and they can see that you have a suite right there in Regis, all right? So I'll put that in the link in the description as well. You want to have a valid email domain. What does that look like? That means if I'm Hughes Consulting Group, then I don't want to be hughesconsultinggroup@gmail.com or hotmail.com. You don't want to be using these little aggregates. You want to actually have a domain. So info@hughesconsultinggroup.llc.com or info@theradicalmarketer.com. You want to actually have a domain attached to your email. It shows professionalism to the next degree. And whenever you're applying for business credit, you want to make sure that you're always presented in a way that you're a professional. Okay, so valid business address, valid email domain. You also want to make sure you have a website. It doesn't have to be this $5,000 website. It can literally be a landing page. A landing page is one page telling where you are, where you're located, what you do. Okay, you can go on Wix, you can go on Squarespace, you can go on WordPress. The bottom line is you want to have a web presence. It doesn't have to be a fancy website, people. It really doesn't. You can go on Fiverr and have somebody build you a website, okay? I'll do videos on all the best things like that later on. Right now I'm trying to tackle all of the financial information, but valid business address, valid email domain, and a website. Here's three other things that you want to have. You want to have 411. You want to have your business registered in 411. Yahoo, Google, Yelp, all that, okay? You want to list your business, and you can do that through a lot of different companies, okay? But you want to make sure it's listed in 411 and registered on Google, okay? And then you also want to have a business phone number for that business. You can get those easily. I'll put some links in the description where you guys can check that out. But Ring Central is a place that you can get it. You can Google how to get a business phone number, and then a whole bunch of different companies will show up for you on that. Here's the key thing though with this. You want to make sure that you have a generic business name. Why? If you're in the cannabis industry, if you're in the trucking industry, if you're in the credit repair industry, what do you think those are high risk industries? Do you think you're going to get a lot of lending? No, especially in the cannabis, because it's not federally legal. Okay, it's legal in different states. So just to give you an example, you don't want your business to be flagged as a high risk industry. So in my situation, I put Hughes Consulting Group LLC, because if I put Hughes Consulting Group, what kind of consulting do I do? On my website, I could do business services, marketing, things like that, and I could do other things on top of my business as well. how you present your business is everything to the bank. Make sure if you're asking for funding that you're coming to them as a professional, not as somebody that just walked off the street with an EIN and your stuff's all over the place. It's not a good look. You could get denied just off of that, okay? So make sure you come with your T's dotted, crossed and your I's dotted, okay? That's a lot of things people don't know about just in that one section, okay? The next thing is PG versus no PG. Basically 90% of you guys will PG your business, which is personally guarantee your business. You will hear about vendor accounts, you will hear about fintechs, you will hear about a lot of different things that you don't have to personally guarantee. 90% to 85% of you will be personally guarantee any type of credit for your business until your business can sustain itself and have a credit profile which proves that to the bank. Okay, so don't expect to get no PG with Bank of America or no PG with American Express. It's not possible until you're making millions of dollars and you have corporate credit established. You're going to pretty much always be doing PG. Okay, people will want to sell you a dream with the assumption that business credit can replace bad credit with net 30s. So you'll hear a lot of people talking about getting a net 30 accounts and building up your net 30s to get business credit with no personal guarantee. And people sell programs around this, and it's all BS. It's all BS, okay? Vendor accounts, banks don't care about how many vendor accounts you have, okay? There's cool. You can get gas cards with no PG. Yeah, cool. You can get fintech with no PG, and that's fine and all. But, like, people that do that are one of three things. They're either ignorant of the process, they can't PG anything because their personal credit sucks, or third, they don't want to be liable in case their business fails. I got news for you. Somebody's going to be liable. So business is a risk, and don't let that hang you up. It hung me up for a while, okay? So that's why I'm just trying to be very organic and transparent with you. Net 30s are not the way to build business credit, okay? In my opinion. Fintechs, you can do it. Secured business cards, you can do it. And PG and credit cards to build business credit. Those are the three ways to build business credit. And you can watch all of my playlists on how to build business credit, best business credit cards, you name it. I'm making tons of videos, so check out the playlist on all the business credit if you want to learn more about that. Business credit cards are there to help you get your business off the ground. They're literally no interest loans if you do the right cards. I recommend everybody get 0% APR on business credit cards. Why? Because you can get 12 to 18 months, sometimes even longer, at 0% interest for 12 to 24 months, a year to 2 years of no interest. You just make the minimum payment. In business credit, it doesn't matter if you max out the card. The personal credit bureaus should never know about it. 90% of these business cards don't report to the personal credit. So make sure you watch my videos about a card that you may be looking to get to make sure they don't report to the personal credit. The whole goal is to get business cards that don't report to personal credit, which is 85 to 90% of them do not report to personal credit. Okay, just so you guys know. And here's another thing that they don't tell you about business credit. A lot of people don't realize how important business tax returns are. When you're starting out your business, you're obviously not going to have them. For the first 2 years, you can show a loss. Third year, you want to be showing a gain, okay? Because the bottom line is the IRS will view your business as a hobby or a legit business. They understand it takes time to get a business off the ground. Business credit cards help you do that, especially if you're smart with it. For those one-man shows and one-woman shows out there, business credit card is going to save your life to get things off the ground, especially online. If you need to start an e-com business, boom, get some business credit cards. Get this thing rolling, get this capital coming through. Then you have all these different options opening up to you, okay? There's a lot of options available. I mean, you can get tons of credit once you're making money. So the thing is there, the 3 C's is capital. You know, do you have any what type of assets do you have that you can gain credit off of? So do you have a house? Boom, you can get credit off of securing your house. What's your credit like? And what's your cash flow like? Okay, so all of those type of things right there, those 3 C's can help you get more credit for your business, okay? And the other thing that I want to show is that the tax returns, like I said, are going to be key to helping you get more business credit because, yes, credit cards usually don't require tax returns. Some of them do with the credit unions. But when you're starting to deal with business lines of credit, SBA loans, all these things, you're going to need to show profit and loss statements and business tax returns. And you want to make sure that you're showing a profit or that you're showing that there's income coming in there. Okay, the whole goal is to grow in business, not to always show a loss. I get that you don't want to pay taxes. That's fine. I don't want to pay taxes either. Just get a good accountant that can help you find a happy medium of what you want to show there. But yeah, and then once you have things off the ground and your business is producing money, then you can start doing things with your EIN and not personally guaranteeing debt once it's bringing in the revenue that the banks want to see. Otherwise, until that time, you'll definitely be personally guaranteeing. Those are things that most people don't know. You may know some of them, you may not know all of them. Definitely put in the comments section what you didn't know about business credit that you learned that was impactful to you. What's the biggest thing you learned about business credit that you wish you would have known when you started off, so we can all get a jump start and work together. Like this video, everybody watching it under the sound of my voice. You guys be a huge blessing to do that. Comment and subscribe and share this video if you know somebody in business for their first time and it could help them out. Share it with them. They may learn a couple things. Anyways, guys, have a great day. Be safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Salute.